flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
And just one moment, if we could just pause a moment and remember Mike Weinstein, who passed away in the last few weeks. Mike served as the district attorney in this county back in the early '80s. Was a stalwart in our community. Not only doing legal work for many people in our community, but also serving on the Milford ambulance as an EMT. Mike was a dedicated guy to this county, and his loss came pretty quick to everybody, and I know we're all going to miss him very much. So I just want to take a moment to say, how much we should remember him in our prayers.
I'd also like to say something quickly. Mr. Weinstein was an integral part of why I'm serving you as commissioner, and I will be forever grateful to him and his wife Peggy for her allowing him to take me on this journey. He was an incredible person, founder of United Way, Pike County, many other things that have gone unnoticed and unrecognized. But we all know Mike was an amazing individual and will be missed.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. Ralph, you can sit right in the front. There's a seat saved for you.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Okay, so the first item we have on the agenda is motion to recess the commissioners meeting, hold a retirement board meeting.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and second. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Call the retirement board meeting to order. Motion to approve the July 17, 2024 agenda.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and second. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve the June 20th, 2024 minutes.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve the refunds of contributions from employees no longer with the county. There is one person listed.
Motion.
Motion and second. Any questions? All in favor? Aye. Motion to approve the following retirements. There are 5 names listed.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and second. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve the following invoices for payment for Corn Ferry of $5,464, Beyond Investment $54,545.80, Road Bridge Matrix Trust Company $13,924.88.
Motion.
Second.
Motion is second. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to adjourn the retirement board meeting.
Motion.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor? Aye. Motion to reconvene the commissioners meeting.
Motion.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor?
Aye.
First item we have is public comments or questions concerning today's agenda. Seeing none, we'll move on. So we're going to just jump down right now to miscellaneous, and we're going to go to the Kinder Morgan and then EMS mid-year update, because both of them are connected. We'll have Timmy give us a little update on it, but right now, I think it's important. We have Alan Four here. Alan Four is from Kinder Morgan, who is the pipeline that runs, one of the pipelines that runs through the county. And they've been very generous to this county. And when we reached out to him for the EMS initiative that we're doing, where we're training EMTs in our county, they stepped right up to us. And I know he has a check here for us to put into that fund, which is, I'll let you discuss it. And,
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, give it
All
a
right. Well, thank you, Commissioner and Commissioners. We appreciate the long history we've had together in Pike County. I was thinking about when I first met you a dozen years ago or something like that, and there was an issue with our construction, and we worked through that. And since that time, I think, and we just recently bought that portion of the pipeline, Kinder Morgan, the parent company. So I was unfamiliar with the area, unfamiliar with that project, and I think we developed a very good process there for working together directly and addressing issues that the county had. I remember you and I visiting landowner, and there were a whole host of things. So thank you for that and the long history and relationship we've had. I use that as a model. My job is across the country. I'm on my way to Salt Lake City from here. It's Utah. But I wish it were closer, but it's not. But I always enjoy coming back to Pike County. First of all, because it's such a wonderful place, but also because it's a good example of companies and elected officials working together to get things done. So on this donation, and as I said to you, Commissioner, this is a multi-year commitment that we'll have. It's $25,000 today, and I hope to continue that over the next several years for you. I always look at these donations, and we do a lot of these across the country, as what is important to the county. And you and I have talked about this several times. We've done different donations over the years, but this sounds like a really good process, fits in well really with what we do. And I'm happy to do it. We're happy to be good partners with the community. So, as I said, this is a real check. You can't cash it. It's good. And we look forward to working together many more years.
Thank you, Alan. So we're going to give you a little update on where this funds go, but just to give everybody a little background. So this is an EMS training foundation that we created through the Greater Pike Community Foundation a number of years ago with the help of Jason Oliger and another gentleman by the name of Bill Lovejoy. What we saw in the county was that we needed to make sure we have volunteerism is on the slide down, but the other part of it is getting people trained to do these professions and be EMTs. So the way we did this was we were able to garner enough money together where anybody in this county can apply to become an EMT, and all of their education is paid for through these funds that we just received here. We have other funds that we've gotten through other organizations. Jason was here a few weeks ago after a golf tournament with $15,000. I think Timmy has another check to put in there, and the money just keeps on going in there, and he'll talk a little bit about the class that's in place right now. So we really want people to become EMTs so that helps our ambulance services in this county. The one way to do it is to have our training center, which is a certified training facility. The people don't have to go far at all to get the training, and we cover all the costs. And we're sure that there's a lot of people now. Timmy will tell us how many people in the last 3 years we've trained. And now we're looking to expand that further. We're working on a way to use some of these funds to help the fire services in the community. All of these organizations struggle with funds because it costs a lot of money to operate these type of facilities. So the next step is how do we now implement something for the fire services along with the EMTs. So Tim, you want to give us your yearly update, and then sure, Mr. Ford can hear how his money is being spent. And we really do appreciate that. It's very kind of Kinder Morgan.
Sure. Thank you, and thank you, Jason. Jason's a big supporter of this fund. As Commissioner Osterberg said, this fund we use for offsetting the cost of the training required to train our EMTs in the county. It even goes a step further. It also allows us to train the first responders in general, fire world and everything else, and EMT and their basic first aid and all that stuff that we do as well. We pull out of that fund to do that as well. In the past 3 years, we've probably trained, I think I looked at the numbers the other day, I think we were like 270 or something like that, 270 people. And that might sound like, well, that's great, we trained 270 EMTs, but that's 270 careers we gave people. You know, that's, you know, in the world where colleges are struggling and everything else, that's career life we just give people. This year, we have something added. We have a class coming up in August that is full. I just had to put it out there. We're capped at 25 and I have 26, so we're hoping somebody will show up. They probably won't. So we'll get them through it. The very exciting time for us too is we're recently accredited this past year for advanced EMT. So that is the step right below paramedic, so they can push medicines and everything else. So that class kicks off in September. So that's another class we add. Working on some stuff with some different colleges for paramedic level, that's a little bit more difficult in the accreditation process, but we're working on it. We're out there exploring opportunities with that. Just to give you a little update on some call volume for this year. So far in the training center and the emergency service training world, we've done 47 classes for 593 hours. That's volunteer training, that's a lot of hours. We've had 16 different meeting uses, and we've had 1,084 people come through the doors for various trainings and meetings. One of the things I took, and you know, my new job as the public safety director, I get really engaged in the 911 stuff now, and I like to see trends in call volume. That's what interests me. Everybody's got different interests. That's what interests me. I want to see the trends. And I can tell you, you know, over July 4th, we get seen really busy here in Pike County. So I asked my deputy director 911 to pull some numbers for me. July 4th, the 5-day weekend in 2015, we ran 624 dispatch calls. In 2024, we did 988. That's 364 call difference in that time period. During COVID, we averaged 870 calls during that same time period per that 5-day week. And I can tell you, looking at the trends and the graphs, the numbers have not gone down since COVID's over. So I truly think that there is a lot more people living in the county than we think we have. And it shows in the call volume. A few other things, the EMT class, like I said, is full. The EMT is kicking off. On the fire level side of things, we have an entry-level class starting in August. That's going to be a big class. We don't only offer, professional certification in EMS, we also offer it in fire as well. We have an upcoming Fire 1, Fire 2, Aerial Operator, Pumper Operator class. These are all professional certifications by accredited institutes. So the trend in emergency services is just like everywhere else. It's hard to fill these jobs. I read numerous publications, and they can't even get people to fill out applications for these jobs in a career level. So we're also, just in our CTE class, I have two kids we put in Alpha Fire Department at the Penn State campus. I have one going to the Millersville Fire Department. So we're able to place these young ladies and gentlemen in different organizations throughout their college career, and they'll hopefully turn into jobs. We received a great donation. One of our biggest supporters in the county of the emergency services, Jason Ollinger, was able to acquire us some hydraulic rescue tools that we have at the Fire Academy now, so we can do our training and we don't have to beg, borrow, and steal and ask people to bring apparatus to help us out. Everybody's stretched for manpower, and when you have somebody bring a truck and take it out of service, I just showed you his call volume comparison. You got to jump around and find people to bring it out, just for the simple fact that they're running so many calls now that they really can't take a truck out of service to be training. Kyle, what's your call volume up to? 270 already. He'll finish up around 600 this year. It's a lot of calls for a volunteer organization. And we don't have people knock down the walls to get in as well, so that makes it a little bit even more challenging, but we're working on that as well. On the good side of things, I also have a check here for the fund. I have a check for reimbursement of $8,400 through the Rural Grant Initiative, through the EMS Northeast PA and the Department of Health. They'll reimburse us for students we train, and this is last year's training students, so that'll be going into the fund as well. They also helped us acquire a lot of the material that we needed for the AMT program, and some stuff we just ordered. They will also be reimbursing us for that as well. So they are doing their share in helping us, train today's citizens for this. And I don't call it volunteerism, I call it careers anymore, because this is careers, and that's just the way it goes. And everybody's struggling, and everybody working together. But I can tell you, with the help of some great people in this room, Jason, Alan, everybody involved, I can sleep a little easier at night knowing I don't have to worry about an ambulance crisis in my county. And there's not too many counties in this Commonwealth that can do that. So that's a plus. I can focus on fire a little bit more now that EMS is all taken care of. But that's all I got. We're always willing to give a tour. I gave a tour to a supervisor from Porter yesterday, and he was just overwhelmed and couldn't believe it. So if anybody ever has the interest to come up and see what's going on at the training center, just give us a call.
Thank you, Tim.
Thanks, Tim.
I get a big check back.
And you're excused, you gotta get to Salt Lake, there's a plane waiting for you, but we appreciate it very much. Jason, thank you for, I don't know if you have anything to say about getting that equipment. That's really exceptional that you were able to locate. That golf tournament turned out to be much more successful than we realized.
Yeah, it actually, if nothing else, it's probably worth sharing that it was just happenstance because of the golf tournament. It was actually my mother's boyfriend who was hooked in with the Arlington Fire Department, because I grew up south of Poughkeepsie, and he said that after the golf tournament it clicked with him, and he goes, Arlington's getting rid of this hydraulic tool, a Hearst tool, a Jaws of Life. I said, that's fantastic. He goes, well, do you think any local fire departments by you would need it? I called Tim, and Tim said, we'll take it for the training center. So it's like, pretty significant piece of equipment, and it was just by happenstance, because we had the golf tournament. So it just shows you how one thing just kind of flows into the next,
I got the backstory when I got to Arlington, because I'm thinking, how did a lawyer get hydraulic tools? I got the whole backstory. I asked Kyle like 3 times, when the hell this happened?
Well, all of you are working hard to protect the residents of Pike County. And as I've said at many of these meetings, the only people that are going to protect the people of Pike County are the people of Pike County. And by having this type of foundation, having this type of funds and participants, just makes it a stronger and a safer community. As you say, those ambulance calls are getting more and more frequent. 3 years ago, there was a question of whether an ambulance was even going to come out at a time. Now, it's a different story. Now the ambulances are all on the road, and you're right. Now we focus on the fire, and we will do that. Okay. We can move on then. Thank you, Alan.
Thank you.
Have a safe flight.
We'll go on to number 1, motion to approve the July 17th, 2024 agenda.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor? Motion to approve the June 20th, 2024 meeting minutes.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve the June 26th, July 3rd, and July 10th, 2024 conference minutes.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve the payment from the general funds and county bills in $388,818.57.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor? Aye. Motion to approve the payment in the bridge repair account in the amount of $38,077.86.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
The personnel, motion to hire Lauren Cernak as Aging Care Manager 2 in the Area Agency on Aging for a 40-hour work week effective July 29th, 2024, with benefits after 90 days. This is a replacement position.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion to recess the Commissioners meeting to hold a salary board meeting.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
The salary board, motion to convene the salary board.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve the June 20th, July 3rd, and July 10th, 2024 salary board minutes.
Motion.
Second.
Motion and second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion to set the annual salary of Lauren Cernak at $38,840 per year as an Aging Care Manager 2 in the Area Agency on Aging for a 40-hour work week effective July 29th, 2024, with benefits after 90 days.
Motion.
Second.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion to adjourn the salary board.
Motion.
Second.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion to reconvene the Commissioners meeting.
Motion.
Second.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Your old business, motion to open bids for the sale of the 2010 landscape trailer and electric cement mixer on behalf of the correctional facility.
Motion.
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
One bid?
One bid.
All right.
Let's guess who it's from.
It is from Brittany Neglio. $350 for the landscape trailers and $30 for the cement mixer.
Okay, I need a motion to,
Yeah.
Accept it.
I'll make a motion to accept it.
Second.
motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
The happy owners of fine pieces of equipment.
Yeah, really.
Motion to authorize the chairman to execute the proposal from Pascavage Painting LLC on behalf of the correctional facility.
Motion.
Second.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion to authorize the chairman to execute the notice to proceed for the Pike County Jail Complex Well Number 3 Drilling and Development Project.
Motion.
Second.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion to authorize the chairman to execute the notice to proceed for the Creek Road Bridge Abutment Underpinning Project.
Motion.
Second.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion to authorize the chairman to execute the Delaware Water Gap National Recreation Area Special Use Permit for the Creek Road Bridge and Creek Road Bridge Priority Maintenance Project.
Motion.
Second.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Under new business, motion to adopt resolution number 2418, planning review fees.
Motion.
Second.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion to adopt resolution number 2419, a resolution of the County of Pike appointing Palmetto Postings Incorporated to effectuate the required personal service of owner occupants with tax sale notices.
Motion.
Second.
Motion is second, all in favor? Motion to approve the estimate for service from Screaming Junipers LLC for the Pike County Courthouse project.
Motion.
Second.
Motion is second, all in favor? Motion to approve the following human service payment vouchers on behalf of the Office of Human Services Homeless Assistance Program in the amount of $1,481.03. State Food Purchase Program in the amount of $5,945.77. Human Service Development Fund in the amount of $520. And FAIR in the amount of $8,261.
Motion.
Second.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve the affordable housing payment voucher payable to Delaware Run Associates in the amount of $2,711 on behalf of the Office of Human Services.
Motion.
Second.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion to authorize the chairman to execute fiscal year 2021 monitoring activity progress report, CDBG, on behalf of the Office of Human Services.
Motion.
Second.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion to execute the contract with professional service between Linder Steer and the County of Pike on behalf of the Area Agency on Aging.
Motion.
Second.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion to execute the agreement for subcontracting services between Ryan's Deli and the County of Pike on behalf of the Area Agency on Aging.
Motion.
Second.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve the fiscal year 2024 second quarter payments from the Pike County Emergency Medical Services Matching Grant Fund to Blooming Grove Township in the amount of $1,723.69. Delaware Township in the amount of $53,750. Dingman Township in the amount of $87,200. Green Township in the amount of $8,842.03. Lackawaxen Township in the amount of $81,951. Lehman Township in the amount of $89,049.62. Milford Borough in the amount of $10,000. Milford Township in the amount of $15,000. Florida Township in the amount of $8,190.26. And Chohola Township in the amount of $24,500.
Motion.
Second.
Motion is second, all in favor?
Aye.
So everyone knows that is the funds that go to the EMS services in the county. Each township applies for that grant. This is their, as it says, their second quarter. This contributes to about $2.2 million that the county puts into EMS services every year. So that's why we have such a robust ambulance service, because we're all paying for it, but that's okay.
I also think it's important to note that the municipalities have to match that grant that we give them, so it's actually double that amount.
Correct, yeah, you add all those numbers up and double them, and that's what's going into the ambulance services in the county. Okay, go to miscellaneous. As every meeting, we have the Penn State Extension calendar of events on. We're at Kinder Morgan, so I don't know, Jeff, would you like to speak a little bit about the license plate replacement event, or would you rather us go to the Voter Hall of Fame? Let's do that first, and then we'll end on the Voter Hall of Fame. Go ahead, you talk about the license plates.
Sure. At the this Saturday, we're having at the Pike County Training Facility. We're having a hard to replace license plate event. So if you have a license plate that is worn out in the state of Pennsylvania, you could subject to violation. You can come out and we'll have somebody there that I'll be there. Staff will be there, and there'll be somebody there to be able to fill out paperwork and get you a new license plate that that will be fairly expedited as opposed to doing it yourself.
Representative, I have a question. What about the newer license plates? Would folks be, no?
No.
It's just strictly,
Yeah, I asked that.
Okay.
I asked that yeah, they have to run through the supply that they've got first.
okay,
So that's what I've been told.
okay.
I'm sure you will see some interesting license plates, but it really concerns me how someone could wear out the license plate.
Well, take a look at my truck. I've been waiting for this. I know. I've been like, really getting by. I don't know how, because my license plate is bad.
That's incredible. I said that to him earlier. I never wore a license plate.
Yeah.
I guess some people do.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think the vendor for the last series of plates
Yep.
had issues and they faded, and there's a significant fine if you're pulled over by a police officer for having a defaced plate. So these are really terrific ways for people to get them expedited and not pay a large fine.
Yes.
Yeah, if you want to pre-register, you can call the office, pre-register to help kind of move you through a little bit quicker. And the time is from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Next, we have Nadine, and 2024 Voter Hall of Fame inductees.
Hi everyone, I'm Nadine, the Director of Elections, and we're here today to recognize 6 people that are being inducted this year into the Voter Hall of Fame. To be inducted into the Voter Hall of Fame, a voter has to have voted in the last consecutive 50 elections without missing a single one. And if you think about it, that's quite an accomplishment. Life gets in the way, people get sick, kids get sick. Family emergency happened, cars break down. We live in Northeast Pennsylvania, bad weather happens. So for these people to have made it to the polls or made it, voting in every single election, every first Tuesday in November is quite an accomplishment. They are Marilyn Dellert, Patricia Greaves, Linda Harding, who is with us today, Donna Jennings, with us today, James Jennings, who is also joining us today, and John Kiesendahl. So let's give them all a round of applause. We also have some special guests with us today, Senator Lisa Baker and Representative Olsemer, and I will invite Senator Lisa Baker to come up and say a few words.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you to the commissioners and Nadine for the invitation to join you to recognize our Hall of Fame voters. And when we think about one of the hallmarks of our country, it is civic participation and engagement, and selecting the men and women who serve our communities, both at the community level, the county, the state, and the nation. And so I'm honored to have certificates to recognize your efforts and to say congratulations. I'm not quite at the 50-year mark of voting. I'm about 44 years in. So, and when you think about elections, there's an election in northeastern Pennsylvania that has yet to be decided by 3 votes, a state representative seat in Luzerne County. So people have said to me, why is it important? Why does my vote count? One vote doesn't really matter. It's an example of why one vote really does matter, and that free and fair elections are the hallmark, and I want to compliment the commissioners and Nadine for the work that they do on election integrity and security for the citizens of Pike County. So the duty to participate, the idea that you have an unfailing commitment to good government and those who serve is remarkable, and I'm honored to be with you today with my friend and colleague, our new state representative, Jeff Olsemer. If you want to come up, we have certificates that we'd like to present along with our congratulations. So thank you for allowing me to join you today.
Thank you, Senator Baker. I appreciate that. Likewise, I also have some citations to award, and on my behalf, on behalf of the House of Representatives, I sincerely want to applaud you on your effort to make it to the polls for 50 years. That is no small feat. And as Senator Baker stated so eloquently, it takes a lot of effort to do that. And when I think of myself and the effort it takes for me to get to the polls sometimes, and my voting lifestyle and how I've gotten there, for folks like yourself to do that, it's a service and an honor to the country to have that. You should be labeled as super voters, and quite honestly, I wish there was a lot more of you in the room to be handing these out to. But I sincerely congratulate you. Look forward to handing these out. Thank you.
I also have some awards awards here from the governor's office. You will also be entered into the Voter Hall of Fame on the Pennsylvania Department website. And you know what, I want to do it like a reception line, and we'll have you guys come up, the commissioners, can you hand these certificates out?
And what an incredible accomplishment, and I think your generation has set a great example for the people that are following, and I hope that they can follow in your footsteps and continue the tremendous, not only responsibility, but the honor that we have in exercising your right to vote. So thank you very much.
And I will also say that what this means to me when I look at you and your dedication is you're affirming government, which is so important in today's society where everyone seems to have an issue with it. It's not perfect, but it's something that we need. And so thank you.
First name, do you want to run through the names?
I think I should have them all in order. So Donna Jennings.
I should come on.
There you go. Congratulations.
Thank
You're
you.
gonna need a wall for your.
Congratulations.
Do you guys want to come out front? That might be a little better. There you go. James Jennings, I think is next.
Congratulations. Mr. Jennings, there you go.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Jim.
And last but not least, Linda Harding.
Congratulations.
So, and I'd just like to finish up with, you know, a lot of work goes into administering elections, and we're always looking for ways to improve our voter experience. And when we get to recognize you guys today, you know, 50 years of voting, that's very personal and rewarding to me. I do love my job. Even in this political climate, I still love my job. But I want to congratulate you again, and I hope you stick around for some photo opportunities, and we also have coffee and donuts, so congratulations.
You want to organize a picture now?
Just please, yeah.
Want to do it now? All right.
Oh, okay.
Do it now.
That's what we're doing.
We do whatever Shannon says, so.
Yeah, it's not just us. You can sit next to you. Maybe your favorite student.
It's not.
That's all right.
That's okay.
Yeah, no,
Everyone, smile.
Great. Okay, and the final item on the agenda is press and public comment.
Wow, fantastic.
Need a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
I was just gonna say, I'd make a comment, thank you very much, this is far more than I expected, hi, everybody.
Well, it's well deserved.